JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. 3 alleged members of the Ants Posse gang in Westmoreland killed in police operation. 3 alleged members of the Ants Posse gang were shot and killed during a confrontation with the police in Grangeville, Westmoreland on Wednesday morning, the Jamaica Constabulary Force says. It said the incident took place on Mint Road, Crowder, during a pre-dawn targeted operation by a police team executing a search warrant. It said as the police approached the premises, they came under heavy gunfire from armed men. The officers returned fire, and after the gunfire subsided, 3 men were found with gunshot wounds. They were pronounced at the Savlamore Hospital in the parish. 1 9mm Taurus G2C pistol and 1 Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with a magazine effects containing 6 9mm rounds were seized during the operation, the police said. A 4th suspect reportedly escaped during the exchange. The police have identified him as Sandario Van Horn, otherwise called Drug Lord. The deceased men have not been formally identified. Investigators believe they were key members of the Ants Posse gang, which they say has been linked to serious crimes in the area. Taxi operator shot by gunmen posing as passengers in Spanish Town. A taxi operator was on Tuesday night shot in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, by gunmen posing as passengers. According to reports, at about 8:45 p.m., the taxi operator was traveling along Fairfield Road when he was stopped by 2 men requesting transportation to Spanish Town. After entering the vehicle, the men instead demanded to be taken to Red Pond. When the driver refused, both men brandished guns. In response, the taxi operator switched off the vehicle and jumped out in a bid to escape. The assailants chased the driver and fired several shots at him, hitting him in the arm. After evading his attackers, the injured driver managed to return to his vehicle and drove himself to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he has been admitted. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigation Branch has launched a probe into the incident. Trainee policeman reportedly accidentally shoots himself at police station in St. Catherine. The police high command has ordered an investigation into an incident at the Glengove police station in St. Catherine, where a trainee constable reportedly accidentally shot himself. The injured trainee remains at the Spanish Town Hospital for treatment. According to reports, at about 8:15 p.m. on Wednesday, the trainee placed his gun on top of a motor car and proceeded to adjust his belt. While retrieving the gun, it reportedly fell to the ground and discharged, striking him. He was assisted to hospital, where he remains admitted. Man shot by police in Big Lane, Central Village succumbs. The man who was on Tuesday shot by the police during an alleged confrontation in Big Lane, Central Village, St. Catherine, has died from his injuries. 29-year-old Alonda Douglas, otherwise called Carpe, a plum of Big Lane and Old Harbour Road in Spanish Town, passed away in hospital on Wednesday. The shooting is being investigated by the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM. The police report that, at about 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday, February 18, a team was in the area conducting an intelligence-driven operation when the cops proceeded to the Big Lane community. The cops reportedly approached the premises and Douglas allegedly opened fire at them. The police took evasive action and he was shot. The police reported the siege of a Glock 19 pistol fixed with a magazine containing 2 rounds of ammunition. The injured man was assisted to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he was admitted. He died the following day. Truck driver freed after being trapped for 2 hours in Spur Tree crash. A truck driver has been hospitalized after a spin between 2 trucks for 2 hours on Thursday morning. Firefighters and the police extricated the man from the truck he was driving following a 3-truck crash on the Spur Tree Hill Main Road in Manchester. The crash involved 2 box trucks and a fuel truck. The collision happened shortly before 9 a.m. and it left the major road impassable for hours. Preliminary reports are that one of the box trucks was traveling downhill when the driver lost control and crashed into the back of the second box truck. The impact sent the second unit into the back of the fuel truck. An ambulance arrived on the scene and they transported the injured man to the Mandeville Regional Hospital. Man charged for stabbing ex-girlfriend at Bethlehem Moravian College. The St. Elizabeth police have charged a 31-year-old man for stabbing his 21-year-old ex-girlfriend during a dispute at the Bethlehem Moravian College in Malvern. The woman is a student at the college. Adrian Taylor, a farmer in Tyler Fatfield district in Westmoreland, is charged with unlawful wounding. The police report that, at about 11 a.m. on Sunday, February 16, Taylor and the complainant, who the police say were in a common law relationship, were at the college when they got into an argument. During the altercation, Taylor allegedly used a knife to stab the woman all over her body. She was taken to the hospital where she was treated. Not a hit squad, Dr. Chang says JCF using intelligence to track and capture criminals. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang has dismissed concerns about extrajudicial police killings, asserting that the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF is now a more intelligence-driven organization that knows the criminals and will find them. It's not a hit squad we have here. That's a thing of the past, Chang said Wednesday. It's a structure that identifies individuals who are involved in criminal activities and builds the files around them. He compared the approach to doctors compiling medical files to treat a patient.
Well, I've seen, I would have to have audio demonstration, the quality of training given to our bike riders in the KR teams. The Mackenzie is here. So I have no fear that once these bikes are on the road, we'll find them, whether they're on Yang or big bikes. We'll find them. We'll identify them. And while we don't have all the cameras out there, we have quite a few. Some of them we use them only for research, but we can identify them. Wherever they go, we'll find them and we'll bring them in, one way or the other. Whether we bring them in the pickup that come behind us in the car, I don't want to come on a stretcher, it's their business. I don't promise that, right? But we'll find them and bring them in. And I think they need to understand that the base of any successful hard policing is that you know the criminals, you go for them. So you don't impair the rights of anyone. We do it without SOE as well. The commissioners have initiated a thing called focused deterrence. It's not a hit squad we have here. That used to be that's things of the past you can write in history. That structure that identifies individuals who are involved in criminal activity and build the files around them. Like we do. If I have a patient in hospital, I look for all that was happening to him for the last, from born, whether they have vaccine or not until him come, or whether they will have him had flu or whether it is whatever else here, you build a case, you can treat him properly. The police do the same thing, and that's all it means, and it is working very well. They commend the team, and that's police activity. I don't get involved in operation, but I get to understand it because I have some very good officers. When they brief me not only clearly, but in a rational, logical way, so I understand it. And they develop the cases so they know them. And I can say to you out there, you let the criminals know, the police know them. And when the case is built, they go for them. And when they hear they're coming, I advise them, please come in. We'll make sure you're treated well and go to the courts. We have a very conservative and a very good court system. And they have money, they hire the lawyers, that's their business. We have no problem.
St. James woman charged with wounding after a knife attack on Barnett Street. A 21-year-old St. James woman who attacked another woman with a knife on Barnett Street last week has been charged with wounding with intent. She's Tamika Jones, otherwise called Nin, from the community of Gutters in the Western Parish. According to reports from the Barnett Street Police, the incident occurred at about 12:30 p.m. last Thursday when Jones confronted a woman who was walking along the roadway. A physical altercation ensued, during which Jones allegedly used a knife to stab the woman in the back. Law enforcement officers who were in the vicinity reportedly witnessed the incident and intervened. Jones was disarmed and taken into custody, where the injured woman was assisted to the hospital, where she was treated and later released. Jones was charged while in custody after the woman's statement was recorded. Senior cop accused of sexual assault of female colleague freed. Deputy Superintendent of Police Gary Chambers was today freed of a charge of indecent assault in the St. Catherine Parish Court. Chambers was accused of assaulting a female colleague in October 2016 while they were traveling en route to Linstead in a service vehicle. She claimed that he touched her inappropriately. The policewoman subsequently made a report to the Center for Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse. Chambers was charged in 2021 following a ruling from the Office of Director of Public Prosecutions. It was taken to court where he was offered bail. When the matter was called up today, the judge freed the policeman after receiving further evidence, noting grave inconsistencies in the Crown's case. Chambers was defended by attorneys at law King's Counsel Peter Champagne and Richard Lynch. Chambers made numerous court appearances and maintained his innocence throughout. Two charged with gun offences over attack on Trelawney homeowner. Two men, who allegedly attempted to enter a man's house in Clarkstown, have been charged with several offences, which include damaging a building with intent to commit murder. They are Denton Edwards, 35, otherwise known as Big Dreams and the Bigger of McKill District, and Ian Ferguson, 21, also known as Super Meach and the Shotgun of Parnassus in Trelawney. The other charges are possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and use of a firearm to commit a felony. According to reports from the Falmouth Police, the incident occurred at approximately 1:30 a.m. on February 11. It's reported that the man was at home in the Makil district when he heard strange noises at his front door and bedroom window. Upon check-in, he allegedly saw Edwards and Ferguson, both armed with handguns, walking around the side of the house. Shortly after, the man reportedly heard explosions. The man fled to another part of the house to avoid injury and immediately contacted the police, a statement said. Edwards and Ferguson were later arrested. The motive was not stated. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.